of this book, and we're on page 31, that you must act as though the abundance already exists.
Yes, Master Prophet, you must act as though the abundance already exists, because we see from the end. We don't see what's happening now. We see from the end. We see it's already done. And you have to act that way. Because if you walk around doom and gloom and say it's not here, then it's not going to be there.
Amen. As Ralph Emerson Tynes stated, you build whatever is in you. Read on, Prophetess Leslie.
There is nothing you can create in this world that does not already exist within you as thought.
Wow. What would you say about that, Prophet Ivory Underhill? There is nothing you can create in the world that does not already exist within you as thought.
Well, Master Prophet, even in scriptures it says, call those things that are not as though they are. So even with being spirit within, you act upon even what you feel and what you think. In manifesting, thoughts are things. So in manifesting what you spiritually feel, then you begin to create these things.
Amen. If you cannot envision it, then you cannot create it or bring it to pass. Prophetess Leslie, what would you say about that?
Yes, Your Grace. We have to create a thought and latch onto it in order for there to be manifestation, as Prophet Underhill said. So the first step is to make a decision, and that is your thought. And once you take that thought, then you envision it, and then you can bring it to pass.
My goodness. If you cannot hold that vision in your mind, then God has ordained that something is not your destiny. So the vision must be held in mind. You mean you can only hold the amount of wealth that you rightfully deserve?
Help me, Jesus.
Prophetess Leslie, why you said help me, Jesus?
Because I want my vision to be bigger. I mean, my vision needs to be bigger. If I'm only holding the amount of wealth that I'm, supposed to hold based on my vision, then I need to do some revisions.
Wow, doing revisions. And, we know Neville really worked with us on that whole science and laws of revision. That's why some people were meant to be doctors while others were meant to be musicians. The doctor can see himself working with patience in his mind, while the musician can see the notes and chords of a musical composition. Prophet Fitzroy Green, what would you say about that?
Yes, Your Grace. To behold, we have to behold. What you behold, you always taught us, what we behold is what we become. And so when we envision what we want to become, first we have to see the vision in us. And as we behold and see that vision within us, that's what we grow to be.
Amen. And everyone gets the job they see themselves in. Prophetess Leslie, you evidently saw yourself as a lawyer or an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
From what age?
Around about high school into college, I knew I'd be, actually I know exactly when I was a senior in high school, because I knew I really loved speaking in front of people, speaking in front of groups. I had no fear of public speaking at all. In fact, when I got up to do public speaking, it was like I came alive. So I knew that I was supposed to do something where I'd be speaking to people.
Wow. So that just resonated with you. You just, you couldn't see it, you didn't see yourself really driving a school bus.
Oh, no.
Not that you're beneath that, but that just was not a part of the vision that you had on the inside of you. You didn't see yourself as a chef in the kitchen.
No, and I didn't see myself doing anything in medicine either, because I don't like blood. I don't like sickness. I'm impatient with illness. I don't mean that in a mean way. I just know I don't have that natural God-given gift to be patient with illness.
Wow.
It irritates me. So I know that I'm not called to that.
Wow. So a person only becomes what they see within their own mind's eye? What would you say about that, Prophetess Mary Jordan?
You can only get what you see. If you don't see it, you can't be it. But you have to see it first, because it first has to resonate up here. So you can only, excuse me, you can only go as far as you can see.
Can I say something,
Yes.
Your Grace? I just want to echo something that you've taught us before, Your Grace. You know, we're talking about envisioning, and there has to be some input in order for there to be output. So it's important for parents, of course, to expose their children to as much as they can so that children have something to choose from. But even if we haven't had that exposure, we can get it in books. And the Master Prophet has taught us that many times, that you can go anywhere in a book. You can get exposed to any type of lifestyle or any type of career or avenue in life through a book, and use that book to open up a vision in yourself.
Wow. Open up a vision in yourself. 212-316-2177. And you know, tonight I want everyone to make a pledge of $10,000.
Wow.
Now, why would I ask them, Prophetess Leslie, for them to make a pledge of $10,000? Because you've been down this road with us years. And tell people what happened once they started envisioning it within themselves.
Once you start envisioning the idea that I could actually manifest $10,000, it will begin to happen. And I know something else that's happened with me. When my husband and I began to do things like, you know, give large sums of money like that, then we began to see that we ourselves could do that for ourselves as well. You know, it's not just giving into the ministry. It is giving into the ministry. But when we're giving into the ministry, we're giving into ourselves. You begin to raise your sights of yourself. You begin to walk around like a $10,000 person. You know what I mean? You know, I'm with that group of people that can do that type of thing. It raises your sights of yourself.
Amen. I just gave $10,000, which means that tens of thousands of dollars have got to come through you. Yeah. Or come to you. Yes, Prophet Underhill.
So I was sort of skimming through the book, and I ran across the fact that the Spirit already knows what you're going to be or what you're going to become. So then in consciousness, the mind got to catch up with the Spirit.
Oh, yes.
To create this.
Yes. Prophet Underhill, what you said is so right, because it's all about awareness. How aware are you of God in you?
Amen.
It's the awareness of God in you that begins to display the truth of you. And once you come into that awareness, you cannot be stopped. That's why we can sit here and tell everyone to do $300 for this book. Because we know the value that is in this. This book should be $1,000. Amen. I was looking through a magazine of rare books where they were showing books was for $4,500, $5,000. Rare books. I'm making this a rare book collection. Someone's going to give me $1 million for this book.
Wow.
Amen. Someone's going to give me $1 million for this here. Why? Because this is taking you now beyond the laws of thinking. Now we're just in the first 2 chapters. We're just playing around with a couple of paragraphs here in the first 2 chapters here. And you can see we can barely move out of this. You need to get like Prophet Underhill and start thumbing through the book when you get your own. Because what is going to happen is going to grow you up quickly. These are the principles we live by. Now, Prophetess Leslie, when you met us around about 1984.
Yes, Your Grace.
When we were in an apartment. And you were living not too far away from us.
A walk-up apartment.
A walk-up apartment.
I was in one too.
Yes. Did anybody walk by and give us millions of dollars in the natural to get us into the lifestyle we're in today?
No, Your Grace. And you know, when you started out the session tonight and saying that Simon & Schuster was approaching you about this, you know what I thought of? I thought of Parables Bookstore.
Come on, Jesus. You're
See,
going
you
back.
all don't know, I mean, maybe in the chat room there might be one person that even knows what I'm talking about. But, you know, over 20 years ago, nobody would publish, you know, who could the Master Prophet get to publish his books? And how would he pay for it? So he published them himself and started his own bookstore. See, he sold into the whole concept of publishing and began to see himself as an author worthy of being published. That's why he has over 50 books published, because he said, I'm publisher worthy. And if you don't see it, then I'll just create it in my own image. And now Simon & Schuster is catching up with Spirit, as Prophet Underhill said, and is going to expose it to the world. But it had to start with the